Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you want to know how powerful this transit of Mars is going to be in Scorpio and how it's going to affect you personally, listen up, because this is a huge, big turning point in our world, especially around anger, violence, and hostility and war in the world. So let's get going and talk about Mars as it transits into the sign of Scorpio. So Mars will be in Scorpio from October 27th through December 7th. So basically the entire month of November we have Mars in Scorpio. And why am I making such a big deal about this? Many reasons why. For one thing, Mars is all powerful in Scorpio. And Mars is a trigger for violence and upsets, discords, but it's also high energy. So you're going to see people are going to be very angered and high energy during this window of time. And let me say another thing as I've been talking about how Mars will be crossing back and forth, well, Mercury will actually, across Mars because of its retrograde process. And Mars together with Mercury deal with angry disputes. It deals with really spewing all of our anger outward. And let me just say, Mars in Scorpio will be the most volatile time because Scorpio is the most passionate sign of the zodiac. And you put Mars, high energy, high octane, in this sign, you're going to see so much happening. People are going to be emotionally in discord, huge emotional blow-ups from people. Around the world, you'll see everyone's like this. We're all passionately involved in what we think, what we believe, and what's going on in the world during this time. It will be. So let's talk a little bit about the nakshatras that Mars is going to be in, because this intensifies the power of Mars remarkably. And what is Mars? Mars deals with action, energy, blood, war, fighting, anger, discord, weapons. All these things will be in focus while it's in Scorpio, and people will feel passionately stronger about everything that Mars represents. But as it crosses over, or Mercury crosses over Mars, people become more angry, more volatile. And that will be the first 3 times. The first time will be October 20th, but it's in Libra, so that's kind of passive-aggressive, not so volatile. But November 12th is going to be the time that people are the most passionate about their anger, let me put it that way. And then January 18th, Mars will collide with Mercury the last time, but that's going to be in Capricorn. So Mars will go into Scorpio. This will be October 27th through December 7th. And as it is in Scorpio, the very first part, October 27th till November 1st, it's going to be in the nakshatra of Vishaka. So there is this overlay of this nakshatra. Vishaka is in Libra, and part of it is in Scorpio. So that's where this very short time it's in Vishaka. Vishaka is the nakshatra of victory. Vishaka wants to win at all cost, and that's what you're going to feel and see the way people are behaving. They are really fighting towards achievement and getting what they want. But by November 1st, Mars will then go into the nakshatra Anuradha, which deals with friendship. Anuradha, though, is a nakshatra ruled by Saturn. So it's a heavier time period. Things get a little bit more serious and intense. But Anuradha does deal with friendship, and I just feel like it's a time when we come together and make peace with some of the friends that we are in disagreement with. It's time for that. It's time to make peace, although it won't come easy. There will be arguments, there will be anger, but it has to come out in order to heal it. Make peace. But by November 19th, this is going to be till the end of where Mars is in Scorpio. So November 19th, it will be in the nakshatra called Jyeshta. So Mars will be in Jyeshta from November 19th till December 7th. And this is a very, very potent nakshatra. Put Mars in Jyeshta, in Scorpio, we're having all sorts of outbursts of anger, retribution, all sorts of, Jyeshta deals with jealousy. So be aware, Mars being in Scorpio in Jyeshta, people are jealous. People have this twinge of jealousy, and a lot of arguing and discord around your world will be based on jealousy. So let's look at this issue around jealousy. What is it? It's basically when people are envious of others because others have what they want. That is jealousy, let's face it. And for the most part, most people that are jealous can't admit it. I'm not jealous of them. They're not anything that I want or like. But deep down, there is this envy that they're mad that somebody got something that they wanted, and therefore they don't like the person. Okay? This is going to be rampant. Just remind yourself of this. When people get overly upset with you, sometimes it might be because they're jealous, but they'll never admit it, not even to themselves. So this is going to be an emotion that's going to be flaring all over the place. And this isn't pretty at all. So here's one thing. If somebody does get something that you want and you don't like that person, which makes it worse, here's what you have to remind yourself to do. Not easy, but boy, is it a healing modality. And that is, when somebody gets something that you want, be happy for them. You have to. Because let me tell you a little secret with the law of attraction. If you are not happy for those that get what you want, you'll never have it. And that's a fact. So if somebody achieves and gets something that you want, congratulate them and tell them how happy you are that they got there, and feel it. You should be happy for other people's success and what they receive and get. Therefore, it opens the door for your success. Absolutely 100%. So this is a very serious testing time. And before I get to the end of this, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my newsletter. If you want all of these predictions and you forget all these dates, they're in my newsletter. So sign up for my newsletter. Go to galacticcenter.org. While you're there, you'll definitely want to check out my Patreon, all the great things that are offered and you receive, including my magazine, Joni Patry's Astrology Insights. It's an incredible magazine. You really, really need to check it out. And then the Galactic Planner will take all of these transits that I'm talking about and apply it to your chart. You will be guided by the stars. So go to galacticplanner.com, and don't forget, if you want to study with me, become my student, go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Now, continuing on with this Mars and what we're here to learn while it's in Scorpio. We're learning how to come together with our differences with others, to work them out and heal them, and better understand what is motivating some of our judgments and what we feel so angry about. Because we will be pretty much directed more towards anger while Mars is in Scorpio. And this does heat up things around the world in terms of war and violence. It's a really treacherous time. And another thing I want to add, while Mars is in Scorpio, around November 4th, it will be opposing Uranus, the planet of sudden unexpected events. So be prepared that there could be some major outburst of maybe war around the world, or attacks and or earthquakes. Mars-Uranus can deal with earthquakes. And Mars and Uranus rules electricity. So things could blow. There could be some major outages around the world. And recognize with that aspect, people are more accident prone. Be more cautious around those few days, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It just takes common sense to know that these aspects are occurring and directing the energies on Earth, and you have the ability to avoid things. I'm not saying cancel all your plans, just be more cautious. That's all. And probably the end result will be that you'll see all sorts of discord and havoc happening around the world. And that's upsetting, to see people that are going through difficult times. As a matter of fact, here's what I want you to know. When the Mars opposes Uranus, probably nothing will happen in your life if you don't have any planets there, which is going to be somewhat around 5 degrees, let me just see, of Taurus and Scorpio. But if you have planets there, you especially need to take caution. That's how it works. And that is how you avert things. But no, when I say something's going to happen, it doesn't affect everyone. Just people with planets, though, in that area of the zodiac, they will be affected. Whether it's just an angry outburst or an accident, it will, in accordance to your chart, be relative to your chart, whether it's in the 6th house of accidents, and whether it's in the 11th house of friends having disagreements. So it all depends on your chart. Remember, the Galactic Planner will give you this information and figure it out for you. So I just want everyone to know, when I come up with these big events, it just affects some people. And sometimes there's an event in the world. Not always, though, but it will affect the people with those degree markings. So once we have Mars leave the sign of Scorpio, which will be December 7th, things will be different. And I think once Mars goes into Sagittarius and the Nakshatra Mula around that time, you're going to find more retribution. In other words, people will have to pay the cost for their deeds, because that's what Sagittarius is all about. All about pretty much righteousness and justice. But during this time, people will be angry, fighting, and very passionate about what they believe in. So be careful. Don't get involved in any heated arguments. Chances are you can't win when people are this volatile with Mars in Scorpio. So with that, I think I'll end. Remember, if you'd like to learn more about me, you can go to my website, galacticcenter.org. Thank you.